circuit. This is what we are going to consider for first piecewise linear approximation. So next is the here, and yesterday I was telling about the yesterday I was telling about the comparison between the practical VI characteristics and the normal VI characteristics. Both of them we were comparing. So in this case, we always compare whether the given VI characteristics is going to match with, or once we are done with ideal characteristics, that is considering the diode as a switch. So we are going to analyze whether its characteristics is going to match with the practical characteristics. Its characteristics is going to match with the practical characteristics. So if it is matching, then we are going to tell that the circuit whatever we have obtained is correct. So that is going to be the approximated circuit of the diode. But if the characteristics are not matching, then we are going to go for the next approximation. So the next approximation is second approximation. So in order to go for second approximation, we should know why the first approximation failed. Yesterday I had drawn the graph. Can anyone tell me why the first approximation failed? Why the first, that is ideal approximation, failed?
So there is no similarities between those two graphs.
Yes, there is no similarities between those two graphs, and in our practical characteristics, we are having the graph like this. But in this case, we have obtained the graph like this. This is the current and this is the voltage. So here, this is again the current and this is the voltage. So you can observe that here, according to this, this is our ideal characteristics and this is practical characteristics. So you can observe in the practical characteristics, after 0.7 or 0.3 only, the diode will start conducting. That's why the current starts increasing. But here in ideal approximation, what they tell is, even a small, very small amount of voltage is applied, there is increase in current. Small voltage is applied to the diode, there is increase in current. Okay, so that is what they are going to tell. But is it possible with respect to the practical diode? Is it possible if you apply small amount of voltage, the current will pass? Whether the current will pass through the diode? You have done clipper, clamper and all. What is the minimum voltage you should apply to forward bias a diode in clipper and clamper? Hmm?
0.7 or 0.3.
0.7 or 0.3 or 0.6 for based on germanium or silicon, whatever we are using. So now in the second approximation, what they came to know is the diode will not suddenly raise at 0.1 or 0. It takes some time, or it needs some minimum voltage from the battery, then only it can increase, then only it will allow the current to pass through it. So what they did is already, sorry, already we have we have this diode with us. Right, diode is already there, which we obtained in the previous case. So now we have assumed that this diode is ideal diode. What do you mean by ideal diode? What do you mean by ideal diode?
There's no barrier potential.
Yes, there is no barrier potential. So there is no barrier potential, that is known as ideal diode. So along with this diode, from the last approximation, we came to know that we are not going to get the current suddenly increasing. It takes some amount of voltage. After that only diode starts conducting. See, the current is passing through the diode means what? The diode is conducting. So when the diode will conduct after some 0.3 or 0.7 volt means we consider, I've already told that diode is can be compared with the battery. In the lab also I have told the diode can be compared with the battery. Let us assume that we are assuming silicon diode. So then what amount of battery I can put here? What is the value of battery? What is the value of battery I can assume here?
0.3 for germanium, 0.7 for
Silicon we have assumed, that's why it is 0.7 volt. Okay. Now, if I am going to, let us assume this is the circuit for second approximation. If I am going to forward bias this, tell me at what voltage of this input, this is the input, at what voltage of this input the diode is going, the current is going to flow through this circuit. At what voltage of the input this current is going to flow through this circuit. In network analysis and all, you have seen when two power supplies or when two sources are there, from which direction the current will flow.
So greater than 0.7.
Yes, very good. When this input becomes greater than 0.7, then only the current will be passing through this. Because until that, suppose this input is 0.2, this is 0.3, which is dominating now. This is dominating. Current will be in this direction. When the current is, I'll call this as B, I'll call this as A. The battery B is greater than A. During that time, what happens? The current through the circuit will be in the direction of this battery. But can the diode gets forward biased? Can the diode get forward biased when B is dominating? See the circuit. Can the diode get forward biased when B is dominating?
No, sir.
No, sir.
What happens to diode? This concept is here. Where is the current entering? Since I'm telling B is greater than A, now current will be in the direction of B, right? Current will be coming in this direction. Now what happens to this diode?
Diode is in reverse bias.
Diode will be in reverse biased. So there will be no flow of current in the circuit. But when A becomes greater than B, that means instead of 0.2, let us assume that we are having 0.8. How are these two diodes connected? Sorry, the two batteries A and B are connected. They're in opposite direction. I mean, they get added up or they get subtracted. See, I've just written the battery. This is B, this is A. Positive is connected to positive, negative is connected to negative. Let's be fast.
Added up, sir.
Added up. How you will put a shell to a torch? Is this the way?
So
It's A
positive to
minus B,
positive
sir.
it will be subtracted
Yes.
and negative to positive it will be added.
Yes. So when A becomes greater than B, during that time what happens? A minus B will take place. So if it is 0.8 and this is 0.7, now the net voltage applied will be 0.1 volt, and the current which is going to flow through this circuit will be because of this 0.1, because until your input is reaching 0.7, this B is going to oppose the current which is coming from the input. Once this becomes 0.8, then A will be dominating B. During that time, what happens? The current will flow through the circuit and diode is going to be forward biased. Okay. So considering all this case, now finally they told the second approximation is a diode followed by a battery. Diode followed by a battery. Okay, so if, and this is, let us call this as point A, this is point B. And what type of diode we have assumed? Just now I told
Ideal diode.
ideal
Ideal
diode, which
diode.
doesn't have any drop. Okay, so if the current is flowing like this and the voltage is greater than 0.7 or 0.7 or 0.3, then current, the diode is going to be forward biased. If you are going to tell this is reverse biased, then the current will be flowing in opposite direction. In forward bias, current will flow like this. In reverse bias, it will flow like this. So considering this, they again plotted the graph. Current versus voltage. So now, considering this, so now they analyzed that, and after 0.7 or 0.3, until that, whatever voltage you apply, the current will be zero. After that, the current will be increasing. Can anyone tell me? See, this is about the forward bias part. According to this, what is the reverse biased graph? Just analyze with this circuit. If the current is flowing like this, current is flowing from B to A. So during that time, is it possible to flow from this terminal to this terminal? Hmm? Is it possible from A to B? The current can flow when A is greater than B. But tell me, from B to A, can the current can flow?
The diode is reverse bias.
Yeah, when diode gets reverse bias, there is no question of
There is no current.
no current. So we'll write the graph will be like this. So whatever voltage you apply, the current will be zero. So now they told that this is the VI characteristics. Again, they compared this VI characteristics with this VI characteristics. Now tell me, are they matching?
No, sir.
Why they are not matching? What's the reason?
There is no similarities.
What is the dissimilarity you can observe? Here also there is curve, there is also curve.
Yes, sir.
But what is the dissimilarity you can observe in these two?
So is it because the current is increasing?
Here also current is increasing. Here also current is increasing. But there is one dissimilarity among these two.
So that graph has a slope.
Very good. This graph has a slope. This graph is straight. So we know that always the slope indicates resistance. Is it? If you are having a slope in VI characteristics, that indicates the resistance. Okay, so when there is a resistance, there will be a slope. Here, is there a slope? There is no slope. That means here there is no resistance. So again, they came to know that this is having a slope, this is a straight vertical line. So these two are again not matching. So again, the second approximation got failed. So next they go for the piecewise linear characteristics or the third approximation. Or piecewise linear characteristics. Okay. Now the question that arises is, why this piecewise linear word came here? Other than this electronics, where do you listen to this word piecewise? Any other subject except electronic subjects? Any other subject?
Math, sir.
Yes, in maths. What you are going to? Yes, your answer is correct. In maths, what in what name it is called, or where you are going to find out this? In mathematics, we have piecewise linear equations. Okay, we have piecewise linear equations. These are the kind of equations we will be getting in mathematics. So this is known as piecewise linear characteristic, because in order to prove this approximation mathematically, because in electronics, so whatever circuit you draw, whatever thing you tell, you should give a mathematical proof. Okay, so since you need to give the mathematical proof, they used piecewise linear equations to prove this third approximation, to prove that this is almost equivalent to the ideal, equivalent to the practical VI characteristics. They used piecewise linear mathematical equations to prove. That's why they gave the name piecewise linear characteristics. Also, the word linear is applicable here because the curve will be linearly increasing. So they found that, so this name will be very specific, will be very much suitable for this approximation. Okay, so what they did here, so here what they did is the same thing. See, every approximation is just the improvisation. So diode is there, and in second approximation, what you had, diode with a battery. So along with that, in the second approximation, we found the drawback or limitation, or how did it fail, and also we came to know what is the solution for that, right? What was the solution? It should have a slope, and I told you, in order to have a slope, you should have resistance. Okay, so now what they did, they added a diode, they added a battery, the same thing. To this, they added a resistor. When resistance will come into the circuit, during that time, automatically slope will be in the curve. The slope will be there in the curve. Can anyone tell me the relationship between slope and the resistance?
One by R.
Yes. 1 by R. This is the relation we are having. So now, again, the same story. This is A, this is B. So current will be flowing from A to B. Diode will get forward biased only when this particular battery is lesser than the voltage what you are applying at this particular terminal. And since the presence of this resistance is there, and resistance means it is not very high, it will be very less. What is the forward resistance? This is a forward resistance, RF. What is the forward resistance value? I have told in the lab. What is the forward resistance? What is the forward resistance value?
10 ohms.
In? Yes, correct. Tell me. Yes, you are correct. Tell me. Chandana, tell me you are correct.
Sir, in regulator.
No, I'm asking you forward resistance. How much will be the forward resistance of a diode?
Sir, 10
10 ohm.
ohms.
Around 10 ohms. That means forward resistance will be minimum always. Reverse resistance? Reverse resistance? Will be
High, which is in
mega ohms. Will be in mega ohms. What is the ideal resistance, reverse resistance value? Yeah, what is the ideal reverse resistance value?
Infinity.
Infinity. What is the ideal forward resistance value?
0.
0.
0.
Okay. So here, even though the forward resistance is given, it will be minimum. It will be in terms of ohm. Then again, they started analyzing with the VI characteristics of the, this is the practical characteristics, which starts with 0.7 or 0.3. They started comparing it with the VI characteristics of this one. So already we had obtained the curve like this. To this, when this was the circuit in this was the circuit till second approximation, right? So when you are adding resistance to this, what happens to this curve? It slightly bends. It is going to bend. So now this is the characteristic curve of this particular circuit. But still in third approximation, we assume that diode will be reverse biased, so we'll not worry about that. Okay, even in third approximation, we'll not worry about that. We'll assume that the diode is reverse. Diode will be getting reverse biased, since that there will be no current. Next, actually, there is one more approximation called fourth approximation or piecewise linear characteristics 2, but that is not there in your syllabus. In that, they are going to talk about reverse biased condition. Okay, now just compare the forward bias of this and forward bias of this. Now, are they matching? Hmm? Are they matching? At least to some extent?
Yes, sir, they are matching.
So they stopped at this level. So they told that this is the equivalent circuit for the diode under forward bias condition. Okay, this this is the piecewise linear the piecewise linear circuit. Okay, in next fourth approximation, they will think about reverse bias. So because they once they achieve forward bias, they think about reverse bias. So say, that is not there in your syllabus. So don't worry. Till here, we will analyze. Now, after this, in this the third approximation only, they are going to think about how to safeguard the diode. How to safeguard the diode, because since the main topic was rectifier, in that rectifier we are talking about the approximation. In rectifier, which is the main component? Main component of rectifier?
Diodes.
Diode is the main component, right? Diode is the main component in the rectifier. So now tell me whether in rectifier, whether you will be using Zener diode or you will be using a normal PN diode. I have given you two options. In this, which diode you are going to use? In rectifiers, Zener diode or a normal PN diode? Hmm? Which diode you are going to use?
Zener diode.
Zener diode? Hmm. Jyoti?
Sir,
Which diode you are going to use?
it's a normal type.
Normal diode. So we are going to use the normal diode, not the Zener diode. Zener diode will be used in, where do we use Zener diode?
Regulator.
Regulations.
In regulator.
Voltage regulation.
Voltage regulations. So normal diode we are going to use. In normal diode, when you are going to make it reverse bias, what will happen if it is going to cross, if the voltage crosses the breakdown or VBR, breakdown voltage. What will happen to diode if the voltage crosses breakdown voltage? Input voltage crosses breakdown voltage. I'll repeat the question. When diode is reverse biased, when a diode is reverse biased, under that condition, you know that the voltage whatever we are applying will be acting like negative voltage, and that negative voltage, if it is crossing breakdown voltage level, what happens to the diode?
The diode gets damaged.
The diode gets
Damaged.
damaged. Before that diode getting damaged, what will happen? We have discussed about two processes which will happen.
Diode will be conducting, sir, in negative half cycle.
No, I'm not telling about conduction. I'm asking you what happens to the diode. Very good. Avalanche breakdown will occur. Avalanche breakdown. So when avalanche breakdown occurs, after that what will happen to the diode? After avalanche breakdown. Once avalanche breakdown is has been occurred in the diode, can I use the diode again, or can I make it back to forward bias? In comparison, you have studied avalanche breakdown, Zener breakdown.
We can't make it a forward bias, sir.
We cannot make it forward bias because it gets damaged. Is it? Once the avalanche breakdown is occurring, during that time, normal diode gets damaged. But in Zener diode, that is a specialty. Zener diode, we are going to make the diode to reach this region, breakdown region, and that feature we are going to use it in regulator application. Okay, so now my intention was, because next we are going to study about how to protect the diode, because once it reaches near to this VBR, suddenly the diode get destroyed. It starts burning. So what here in protection means, we try to give some withstanding capacity to the diode by just altering the structure or the construction part of the diode. All these times we are telling we have a P type and we have a N type, and this makes a diode. But now what we are going to study is how we are going to make this P and N type. Are they very straight? Are they two or of them are square shaped? Are they rectangular shaped? So what we are going to do by altering the structure, how we can protect the diode. That is what we are going to study now. Why? Because it gets damaged. To overcome this damage, we are going to alter the shape. Instead of making the diode PN like this, we are going to make the shape like this. We are going to make the shape actual in the construction. We'll make the shape like this. Instead of ideally writing the block diagram, we'll write like this, but actually in construction, we'll make the block like this. Okay, so why we make this block like this? What is the reason behind this? All these things we'll study in the next class. Okay. So within few minutes, I'm going to share the quiz question you can answer. So now let me